All right, ladies and gents, everyone on Route 107 Reading FM has been plugging this all week. In fact, for the past 2 weeks, we've been putting it in the paper. You know, I've been putting it all over Facebook, Twitter, you name it. I am absolutely honoured to say Omar, the biggest soul act in the UK, is live on 107 Reading FM. Omar, what's up, man?
Sure.
How you doing, man? Seriously, it is... Sorry?
I'm good, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you, man, for coming on my show. As I said to you when we were just talking while Nate James was on, this is a massive big deal for me because there's nothing like this, man. That takes me back to, like, what, 1991, 1992?
91.
Yeah, so, but you've been in Switzerland, man, so how's, what were you doing over there?
I had a gig in Switzerland and one in Holland.
Yep. And how did they go?
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, nice. Now, I want to take it. I just want to. I say I've been going on about this interview because it's big for me, and I want to tell you why, man. I'll give you an example of how big this is for all my boys. I've got boys recording this at the moment. Now, what was it, about 1992? They was 16 years old. You remember, like back in the day, they used to do day gigs.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now, all we were told Omar's going to be at the Fridge in Brixton. All right. So there we are. There's like 100 of us walking down to, like, we all. I shouldn't say my mum's listening, but I bunked off school. Do you know what I mean? Kids don't do that. But we bunked off school, went down to the Fridge in Brixton, and always told Omar's going to be there. We got down there. No joke, 300 school kids waiting for you to come on, man. And I'll tell you what happened, right? Someone gave us the wrong information.
Oh, no.
You want to know who turned up? It was the George Benson tribute act, man. I'm telling you, we weren't happy with that. I'll tell you, man. And it was like, there we were. I spent money on that, do you know what I mean? But it was like £1.50 took me on the bus down to get there, you know?
Well, that is my other job. Is just
What, your George Benson tribute act? Man, you're probably the best George Benson tribute act I've ever been. But my question to you on that point, Omar, can I have my £1.50 back?
no.
Oh man! All right, now I'm only messing with you. Now let me go back, man. You're talking about at the beginning. You started off on Congo Dance Records, which is your dad's label, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And your first two tracks were with Karen Wheeler, like Mr. Postman, You and Me.
Yeah.
Now
everything is on You and Me.
Yeah. Now I heard that you didn't like Mr. Postman.
I still don't.
What's wrong with it?
Because it's a horrible thing. I mean, I know it's my first thing, but I just paid for 4 minutes.
Yeah, Omar, man, you're cutting out a bit. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's my first tune, and I just didn't like the way it sounded.
Now, is it true that basically you then, under your dad's label, you did There Was Nothing Like This, and that was in 1990, and then you changed label, and then you released it, and it then completely blew up.
Yeah, that was talking loud.
Now that was 91. Now, is it true that basically you recorded it? I heard this rumour. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You recorded it on like a cassette, and you did it on loop, and then played it to your mates to see if they would get bored of it.
Kind of like that. Yeah. When I wrote There's Nothing Like This, I'd put on a cassette, a 90-minute cassette, and I played it over and over again, and I played it to my dad.
Yeah.
And Rude Jackson, he's my dad's business partner, and just said, well, if we can play it for 45 minutes and I'll get bored of it, then it must be something about the tune. And and then after that, the rest is history. Yeah,
but that's the thing, though. I mean, me and a couple of my mates, we were chatting over the email this week, and we were saying you've got that track and you've got Soul to Soul, Back to Life, which are two probably the biggest UK soul songs of all time. Now, what were you like 21, 22, weren't you at the time?
About that, yeah.
Did you even realise it was going to be so big?
Well, you know, I kind of thought there was something special about that tune. I didn't know how big it was going to be. But, you know, obviously that's it's my cross to bear, really, because it's the one that everybody knows me for. If you know my music at all, then you would know that one. But then I would hope that you'd check out all the other stuff that I've done.
Yeah, because you got like, is this your 7th or your 8th album? The new one?
I got a brand new 7th. It's going to be the 7th one.
Yeah, and that one's Sing, isn't it?
No, that's number 6.
Yeah, because this is the thing, because the one that's Sing is it being re-released?
Yeah, it's a re-release with the dance track, Dancing. The one I did with Z Bias.
Cool. So, the problem with There's Nothing Like This, all right? As I said to you, one of the biggest British soul songs of all time, all right? They've labelled you as neo soul, but you know, what I mean, at the end of the day, it's music. It doesn't matter about labelling. Now, was it difficult trying to come up with something, and then, you know, did you have the pressure of trying to beat it?
Not really. I mean, I didn't feel that so much because that's not how I work. I just kind of, you know what I mean, I just go with the flow, whatever vibe I'm going with at the time. Obviously, now with the labels and stuff, they might have wanted bigger hits and things like that, but that's not really my main concern. My main concern is to make some music that's going to stand the test of time, basically. And sometimes you got to go against the grain to do that, which is basically what I've done.
Yeah, because I mean, you haven't really you've taken risks with your music. Has that been, whilst obviously you're sitting there thinking, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'm really happy because I've gone down the route that I want to do. Was there a lot of pressure from the label to actually conform? Because, I mean, when you first came out, there was all that cheesy pop, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even Whitney Houston was doing Dance With Somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was, there's always going to be that level of pressure to do that if you're working with a label because they want to make money. But you know, what I mean, I've never felt that towards my music at all. It's after making Mr. Postman that I'd said any tune I write now, I'm gonna have to love it in, you know, 2, 10, 15, 20 years time. You know what I mean? Because you have to sing these things over and over again as well. so you've got to be happy with it.
So how has it? Because you've been in the industry, what, 25, 26 odd years? How has it changed? Has it changed for the worse or has it changed for the better for you? I
think it's better, you know, because now, you know, seeing all these youths coming up into the industry, doing the street thing, but you know what I mean? They're kind of controlling things now, and it's better than. I mean, before it used to be controlled by the American market, whereas there's a lot of you know Tiny Tempers, Pinchy, and Wretch, and all them boys. They're running it right now, so I think that's fantastic because it used to be like, you know, 2 in, 2 out, basically. Whereas now it's just a whole gang of people. Do you know what I mean? Like the Mobos now is like the one that's taken. I think it's the most Anglo-centric one that we've done to date. You know what I mean? So I think it's great.
I mean, you mentioned Tinchy and Tiny Temper. I mean, I was just looking at a list of people that you work with. You know, David Frank, Stevie Wonder, Angie Stone, Estelle, Common, Karen Wheeler. I mean, that is a huge, huge list. I mean, what was it like working with Stevie Wonder?
Well, that's my idol right there. So,
because I played it earlier, I played Feeling You earlier, and people were just loving it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I met Stevie quite a few times throughout the years, and he said he wanted to write something for me, and you know, I've got that call finally in 2000, and we just hang out a bit and managed to go into the studio and put down 2 songs, but The Feeling is the one that I picked. Hold up a minute, Omar, you just nonchalantly said, yeah, we were just hanging out a bit. Well,
just hanging out with Stevie Wonder like it's an everyday occurrence.
Yeah, right, you know, just chilling with my man Steve.
Well, you know, I mean, if you want to give me his number and I can get him on there, then God bless you. But
okay.
But I mean, how did that come about? I mean, and also, do you have? As I said, we mentioned Tiny Temper. You got any plans to work with some of the newer artists?
Yeah, absolutely. I've done something with Bashi, and not so long ago. And I love to work with them other boys there as well. But yeah, you know, everything right now because I'm in the studio as well, finishing off the 7th album.
Yep.
Also producing as well. Been producing an artist called Sherry Davis.
Okay.
And touring. Also touring, and like I just came back from Holland and Switzerland.
Yep.
And East Africa at the end of the month. I'm also doing a one-man play called Love Song. It's going to be on I'll have to give you details. If you go on my Facebook page, Omar Lye-Fook, then you'll be able to see where the place is.
It's also on your website, which is what, www.omarmusic.net, isn't it?
Omarmusic.net, that's the one.
Now, talking about the plays, you were in Shay Walker's musical Been So Long, and that was, 2009. How did you get into that?
Well, I just decided that I wanted to try and, you know, do something about enacting, you know, becoming an actor because I'd done it at school, but I hadn't really pursued it in any fashion. So I started. I auditioned for the Identity Drama School in East London, and Che was one of the instructors there, one of the teachers, and he said, "Oh, you know, we're developing a musical right now. Are you interested in doing one of the parts?" I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
So how long did that run for?
That ran for about 5-6 months. We did Lye-Fook Festival, Edinburgh Festival, and we did a couple months at the Young Vic.
Okay. And the new one you've got out, so the one that you're working on, what's that one?
Well, that's actually that was born out of us being in Edinburgh. Che wrote me a monologue.
Yeah.
And then started to insert my music in the speech, which is basically what the play is. It's just me sat at the keyboard telling the story. And I did that at the Edinburgh Festival. Also Latitude again. I was in Manchester, Corn Exchange, Sheffield Crucible Studios, and the Albany in Deptford.
Now, is it a conscious decision to go into the drama? I mean, or is it something to supplement the music? I mean, it is.
I think it's something to supplement the music, and I got twin girls, and they're getting bigger, so I kind of have to boost up the budget somehow.
Because they were born in 2008, weren't it? Your little twins.
2007.
Oh, 2007.
Yeah.
Now, how has that affected your? Now that you're dad, how's that affected your music?
It hasn't affected it in any way, fashion at all, really. I mean, we live in Hove now in Brighton, but my studio's up in London. So, when I'm at home, I'm at home, doing the family thing. But when I'm in London, I'm doing the music thing. So I've kept them kind of separate. At some point, I'd like to get the studio down in Brighton, but everything comes in order.
Yeah. Now, you come from a musical background. We talked about the fact that you were on your dad's label, but you got 2 brothers and a sister who are all musicians.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing like something bigger with them?
We did do something a while back, but it's just coordinating everybody together. It's just everybody's out doing different things at different times. When we get a chance to work together, then I'm sure we can make it work. But my brother's in my studio right now as well, because he's always using it. And my sister just finished her album.
Because she went to the Brit School, didn't she?
Went to Brit School, yeah. But she just had 2 months in Ghana where my parents live.
Yeah.
And there's a studio where my dad was working, so she put down an album, put out a video as well. Psalms Lye-Fook. You can see it on Facebook.
Okay, now look, I've got to go right back, right, because coming from an Asian family, I know how strong the family unit is, right? And, when your parents tell you that you need to do something, you do it. And I know you come from an East African family, so it's the same type of thing. What was it like when you turned around or did you turn around to your dad and say, "Dad, I want to change labels"?
No, that was a kind of naturally progressive thing to do because, as good as my dad's label was to get started, it didn't have like the infrastructure like a big national, major label would to help get to the next phase of my career. And it was just we all came to an agreement and moved on. I
like the fact you came to an agreement because if it was me and I turned around to my dad and said, "Dad, I want to change label," I would have got slapped.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. If anything, it might have been his suggestion.
Well, he had enough of you.
Yeah.
But Omar, look, seriously, man, thank you ever so much. I mean, I say, when's the new album actually coming out?
Well, it's called The Man, and it'll be out early next year. Right now, I'm just shopping around for deals because I'm just taking my time because this one is, I think, it's the best stuff that I've ever done.
Excellent.
So you know what I mean. I want to be careful how I get it out there.
Yeah, so that'll be out sometime next year.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Omar, as I say, stay online. I'll chat with you offline. But thank you ever so much for coming on there. It's absolutely huge for us at 107 Meridian FM, and it's absolutely massive. And I know all my listeners out there really appreciate you taking your time.
Can I ask you, because I've been nominated for